Yo, this is WSoul13 bringing you Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to be looking at my team building guide and the suggestions I have there, and we're going to be talking about the raw power of what I've been calling the F2P Trinity, which is going to be your starter, War Maiden, and then High Katoon or Apothecary, whichever one you guess first. And I'm just going to be showing off how good they are as a team, right? So when you start out the game and you have those three champs, you're going to be looking to 6-star your starter and War Maiden first, barring a really good pull, obviously. And you're going to be combining that with the speed boosting of High Katoon. So War Maiden will soften up the enemy with her AoE decreased defense, while Kale will finish them off with his AoE nukes. When you get to the boss, Kale has poisons, Aethel has, I think, weaken. Weaken. And the other two starter champs are actually not bad against the boss as well, as long as you have War Master on them. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this was if you're a progressing player, so I'm pairing them up with Valerie and Armiger, who are also pretty good in Doom Tower, and they're kind of okay for dungeon progression, not the best. Armiger is very good in dungeon progression depending on the dungeon. Definitely not good in dragons, where that will be the first place you'd want to progress in. Valerie is okay in dragons, not the best in dragons, to be honest. Alright, she's okay. But I'm just showing off here what you can do as a progressing player, right? I'm talking the first 60 days ish. So you need to have some 6-star champs for this guide to kind of be applicable to you. All right, so this won't work with like just random level 50s, right? So once you get a chunk of your first 5 stars, your first 5 champs 6-starred, I think Doom Tower, the first 40 levels is pretty accessible to you. All right, so the reason why you would want to do this is because you get a little bit of rewards, right? It's not the best. That's been talked about a lot, and there's a lot of frustration on that, and I get it. But at the same time, it's basically an addition to something you already have, So the rewards do kind of add up. So if you're somebody that is playing the game free to play or low spender, and you're looking for value, well, at least when you play the game, you get something, right? So Doom Tower is basically an easy place to get these rewards from. But is that really the main purpose? Like, you're just slogging through 1 to 40 and getting your whatever chickens or energy or silver or I think you get an ancient shard. I don't remember. But that's not really the main reason you do this for me. So for me, the main reason you do this is actually the secret rooms, all right? So the secret rooms is where you are going to get, to me, the premier Doom Tower rewards, all right? Because they give you a chance to get a guaranteed champion. Okay, so Nether Spider, I'm actually not gonna run Nether Spider, all right? So just know that I've already cleared it with this team, all right? The reason why is because this team is not really optimized for Nether Spider. When you're going to be doing this, even though my Kale and War Maiden hit a lot harder than your Kale and War Maiden, most likely, right? The difference is going to be my War Maiden isn't on Lifesteal set. So being on Lifesteal set is a big difference, all right, to whether you can finish Nether Spider or not, especially if you don't have a cleanser or a healer. Valerie is very important too, because her A2 will kind of like decrease the debuff timers, and she'll give you a shield and healing, so it'll last a little bit longer in the fight. Armiger basically does nothing in that fight. He dies after doing maybe one shot. So he'll do one A2 and then maybe an A1, and that's it. He's dead. So now, so first of all, the whole point of this is just to kind of like show off the raw power of the F2P Trinity combined with your best pulls, basically. So there's not really a lot of champs you can pull at Epic that is going to be objectively better than War Maiden. Maybe there's a couple. I think Duke is a good one. Stag Knight, you know. Tyrell, right? So there are a few epics that you can pull that you can say, oh, this is a better AoE decreased defense champ than War Maiden. And the other side of that is they need epic books to be good. War Maiden, you just need to farm out, I think 10-3 over and over again. 10-3 or 9-3. Anyways, that's why I really like this idea of kind of like leaning on these three champs while you're waiting for a good pull. You could also hold your shards off for a 2x event. That's actually not a bad thing to do too. I mean, you're gonna lose time, obviously. So the question is, do you want to race up really quickly and sacrifice some of the long-term benefits of putting your gems in gem mine, putting your gems in sparring pit, you know, putting your gems to get masteries for Kale, or even masteries for Kale and War Maiden, right? Or starter and War Maiden, right? So those are the things you're kind of gonna have to ask yourself what's important for you. All right. So the other thing I wanted to show you here is how strong War Maiden and Kale are, to a lesser degree Haikatun as well. How strong they are for the secret rooms, the first 4 secret rooms. So how you figure that out is you are gonna get Baron Helmet after 100 fragments from the secret rooms. Every secret room cleared will give you 3, I mean. So if you clear the first 4, like I'm going to do right now, you're going to get 12. That means it's going to take you 8 months, 9 months to get 100, right? Did I count that right? Yeah, 9 months-ish to get 100. So 96, yeah. Or 8.5 months. Or 8, yeah. It's going to be after the 8th month. So why is that important? Well, it's important because it allows you to do certain things, right? So one of these certain things that you can do is, as you get stronger, you're going to be able to clear more secret rooms. So the earlier you can clear the secret rooms while you're kind of at progression mode, you know, it's kind of a bonus, and it speeds up the amount of time that you can get Baron Helmet, which is a very, very good champ, all right? So I think I clicked out again. We're going to take a quick look at what I used to clear the secret rooms. All right. So as you can see, all free or farmable champs right here. All right. So secret room 1 is going to be all rares. So that's where Kale and War Maiden are going to do very well for you here. If you got Apothecary is great here, right? But yeah, Diabolist is also pretty good. And it's somebody that people usually rank up in the first 30 days before they get a Haikatun. And she is very, very good as well. So those 3 actually by themselves could probably clear this room already. All right. And then the next one is going to be secret room number 2, which is going to be all Force champs only. Over here, you're going to have War Maiden, preferably in lifesteal set. All right. And mine isn't. So she ended up dying, but my Shaman is built pretty well. She was on my Faction Wars 21 team, even at 5-star. So she was able to pick her up right before we ended. The other 40s here are basically just like tank fodder. So they can take some single target hits, relieve your War Maiden, right? And then secret room number 3 is going to be attack champions only. Once again, you're going to be leaning on your starter and War Maiden, right? And those 2 right there should allow you to clear this room pretty easily. And finally, for the Barbarians only tribe, right? If you had Haikatun and War Maiden, this room should be a pretty easy clear, except for the first wave, which is gonna have Valkyrie in it. So you may have to repeat it a couple of times so that War Maiden doesn't get any weak hits initially. So you could hopefully kill off the Valkyrie before she does her full team shield and counter attack buff. All right, so that's practically it. All right. The thing also with Nether Spider is you may want some kind of you may want critical hit chance gloves on Kale, so he can clear the spiderlings in one hit, right? So you just need 85% there. Usually 5-star critical hit gloves or even 4-star should get you to 85% crit rate. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to talk about that real quick, and